It's a beautiful day today, absolutely stunning, and I'm taking the Ford Focus RS for its first service to the most glamorous Ford dealer in the world. Not. This could yet be the most boring video ever, but as I always share with you everything with the car, I thought I'd share with you the experience and the cost, anything that comes up with the first service. So it's done 20,000 kilometers. I've asked them to have a look at the oil consumption because there was a recall. They didn't know anything about it here. And the other thing was the update on the stereo, because at the moment the stereo isn't very good, and you probably saw in one of my earlier videos that the sound from the rear speakers is very, very low. So apparently there's an update to fix that. They didn't know about that either. So could be quite interesting to see whether they actually get that done or not. Right, so I got the car back from the first service and all went very smoothly, although it did take them a couple of days instead of one day, but it's holiday here still. It's actually, today is the 5th of January, which means it's Reyes, which means it's the Three Kings, which is actually the Spanish Christmas. So this is Christmas Day in Spain today. Anyway, went for the service, everything was fine, absolutely nothing wrong with the car at all, which was a relief. Well, just good to know that the car is solid and still sticking together, even considering it's been on 4 track days. Absolutely nothing wrong with it at all. I mentioned at the beginning of the video there's a couple of things I wanted them to look at. One was the oil consumption. There was some recall about it, and the other thing was the audio, because the stereo system at the back, the audio is practically non-existent, doesn't make any noise at all, which is rubbish. So they've made the change to the engine management system to, so I assume it alerts me that an oil change is going to be required sooner rather than later. Interestingly, I do have a stat here, which was the figure that Ford basically say is the allowable oil consumption for the car. And actually the maximum oil consumption should be 0.5 litre per 1,000 kilometers. So at the moment it's on the max, so I'm going to be monitoring that every 1,000 kilometers and check how much oil it's using. In theory it should be using maximum 0.5 litre per 1,000 kilometers. We'll see if that's the case. The other thing was the update to the audio system. Now, originally I flagged up on a forum, an RS forum, that the sound was terrible at the back, and some people started to agree with me and go, actually, yeah, it's not very good, but I think they're all like that. But I took it back to Ford and I said it's not acceptable, it's not very good, and they came back and said that's how it is. And then somebody posted on the forum an update saying, oh, actually there is an update to the system to improve the sound quality on the rear speakers, and they applied that today. And front speakers good, rear speakers good. So there you have it. There was a service, all plain sailing, no surprises. Oil consumption update done to the engine management system. Audio update done. Sounds great now. It's how it should have been from day one. Just make sure if you're having problems with your hi-fi, does anybody even call it hi-fi anymore? If you're having problems with your sound system, make sure you get that update fitted to your car as well. And finally, I suppose we should talk about the bill. So including oil filter, oil itself, and some air filter, we have a total cost, including EVA, which is VAT, of 194 euros, which is a lot cheaper than I thought it was going to be. When I had the Golf before, the GTI, and the minimum was 250 euros for a service, so quite happy to see that this one was actually even cheaper, 193. So the next service is 20,000 kilometers or 12 months, I'm assuming it's going to be 20,000 kilometers again, because I seem to do about 30 or 40,000 in a year. But so far so good. And after this good news, I'm going to have a look at updates for the car, and I'm going to book my next track day. So see you shortly.